Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm breaking down the biggest AI highlights from Davos 2026, including what leaders like Satya Nadella, Jensen Huang, and Elon Musk and others had to say on the state of AI, and also share my own take as to what exactly these updates mean and how you can act on them. So stick around till the end and let's get started. All right. So the first thing first, and I love what Satya Nadella said. He said AI is a bubble. If the gains of AI are concentrated within few large technology firms, which is the case right now. So what essentially he's saying is, to succeed with AI, or in order for AI to prove that it's improving people's life, AI needs to improve productivity across other sectors as well, like healthcare, education, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. He gave an example of healthcare right now, wherein AI is significantly improving drug discovery and drug design and things like that. So same sort of productivity or same sort of value add from AI should happen in other sectors as well, in order for AI not to be called a bubble at this point of time. So essentially his point was, AI needs to prove itself. So what is it that we as engineers can do at this point of time is, what we can do is we can think as to how can we use AI to solve business problems, or not even, yeah, to solve day-to-day problems of mankind right now, right? So the thing from the standpoints are like, what's the problem that people are facing and how can we use AI to solve those problems, and then leverage AI, agentic AI, to solve those problems. I think that's where we can really come in and do that. And obviously when you do this, you would make money, and you would people will pay you. So his point was exactly right. AI, for AI not to be called a bubble, it needs to prove itself, and the gains of AI should not be concentrated within few large tech firms, which is the case right now, like Microsoft, AWS, OpenAI, Nvidia. So the money is rotating among these firms only, but the wider gains have to be seen, or the ROI, return of investment, has to happen in the other sectors as well. That's a good point from Satya. So moving on, and also the conversation shifted in Davos software speculation to physical implementation, like chips, energy, sovereignty, and workforce. So the conversation was more on ROI now, more than the cutting edge AI models. The conversation shifted towards the return of investment. And then the point that I was making right after what Satya said is again backed up by what Jensen Hong said. He said that I'll come to that point in the next slide. So in this slide, or here, what he said is, uh, he, Jensen Huang thinks that AI is not a bubble. This is the largest infrastructure build out in the human history. So that's what his point was. He says he thinks it's not a bubble. So and then he also went on to propose the five-layer cake of AI. And let's look at that five layer that he proposed. He said, let me bring this pointer, right? So the five layers that he proposed was, the first layer is the foundation, energy and compute. Second layer is chips and hardware, and then layer 3 is cloud data center infrastructure. Four is AI models and platforms, and fifth is the application layer. So he says AI can be essentially broken down into these five layers, and his point was, a lot of economic value will come on this application layer. More people build applications on top of all these underlying four layers. That's where primary economic value will be realized here in the sectors like healthcare, finance, and manufacturing. So again, as I said, in order for AI to really prove that it's improving people's life, a lot of applications need to be developed. A lot of that really solves the business problem, that really solves the people's day-to-day problem, and makes people life easy. That's when we'll say AI is really making value, or AI is really adding the value. Right now, the gains of AI are just concentrated among the few large technology firms. And also, his another point was workforce demand across infrastructure build out. So this is something that I think Jensen Huang keeps talking about. Is this? He thinks there will be a lot of lot of jobs created for these sort of sectors like plumbers, electricians, construction workers, and steel workers, because of the fact that we need a lot of electricians in order to build out these data centers. We need a lot of electricians, a lot of plumbers. That's why he thinks a lot of jobs would be created in that sectors. Okay, and then moving on to what Elon Musk said. Elon said in the Davos, electricity. So as per Elon, it's not chips that are the major bottleneck right now. As per Elon, the major bottlenecks are electricity is the primary limiting factor for growth. That's what Elon Musk thinks. Because the point is crucially right as well, because if we need electricity to run these huge data centers, and then nations are right now constrained as to the amount of electricity that they can establish, and therefore Elon Musk thinks that these AI data centers should be built out in the space, so that in the space there is 24 by 7 solar energy, and using that solar energy we can power these data centers. And then his another point was, um, in the future, maybe in next 5 to 10 years, Elon Musk thinks there will be more robots than humans. So a lot of robots will be created, AI robots than human beings in next few years. And then on the value realization, so far there is a talk in the market right now that AI is, yes, it's sort of increasing productivity, but not to an extent that we can call AI a game changer right now, but it may eventually happen. But here is the different point that Amin Nasir, who is the CEO of Saudi Aramco, said. He said they realized the Saudi Aramco realized 3 billion in value from AI by embedding AI into core industrial processes. So that was his point. So looks like his company is really making gains from AI by embedding AI into core industrial processes. And what they did is they embedded process. They used AI for predictive maintenance and operational integration. And another key point during Davos was this rise of sovereign AI. So, because of geopolitical uncertainties, nations think that they cannot rely on other countries for intelligence. Therefore, they are building their own data centers. That's what this slide talks about. Nations cannot rely on others for intelligence. Localized infrastructure is national security. So, AI is a critical sovereign asset. And then and then here comes Anthropic CEO, who says that the sale of chips should be restricted to China, because he thinks that chips are a critical asset and they should not be sold to another country. And then here comes another point from Anthropic CEO, who said there will be elimination of 50% entry level white collar jobs within 1 to 5 years because of AI. But I don't want to scare you. Here is coming up is another slide that talks about, that's from uh, DeepMind CEO, who thinks that there will be more jobs created because of AI rather than elimination. But this one is indeed a warning sign for general public. But then again, as I said during my initial slide, we need to really think of how can we use AI to solve problems, right? Solve problems, leverage AI, agentic AI, and solve business problems, and then that's how you make money. Yeah, there would be some job elimination, but we need to think of problem solving at this point of time. And then here is another slide from IBM CEO, who said executive must be transparent about displacement. He said, yes, there would be a few job displacements, but executive needs to discuss it openly with their peers in the company, and then think of what can you do to really prevent that, and what are the other way arounds. And then here is another slide from DeepMind CEO, who said um, for freshers or for anyone who wants to obviously be relevant in in the age of AI, they need to become unbelievably unbelievably proficient with these AI tools. And then he said eventually new roles will emerge in the future.